Back up.
Guys, take the helmet off. Take it off.
Whoa!
Get his helmet off. Get his helmet off.
Yo, yeah, bro! Bro! Ay! Bro!
Watch the cell phone. Back up, buddy. Go, back up.
Just dropped at McDonald's. At 405 and Berlin. There's going to be one there. Not related to the protest.
What's it like being a Muslim here in the United States?
I'm not speaking English, only one Somali language.
What does it mean to you to be a part of Islam?
I don't know, I'm not speaking English very well.
How are you? Do any of you speak English? English? No. Can women speak on camera? No.
I don't think so. It's because the religion.
I kept going because I wanted to speak with some more of the elders here to see if they could share their story about coming here from Somalia and how they've seen the rise firsthand. However,
Hello.
none of them spoke English. How are you? Can I ask any of you guys some questions? No? Speak English?
English no.
No? Do any of you speak English? After a few interviews, somebody came up to us angry because we were asking people about the rise of Islam inside this community. My name is Dick Shirley.
What are you doing?
My name is Dick Shirley. I'm a YouTuber. We're doing a video on the rise of Islam here in the United States.
The rise of Islam.
Yeah, it's the number one converting religion.
The rise of Islam. Make it make sense for me.
Yeah, it's the number one it's the number one converting religion in the United States. So we're doing a top
the
subject
number
on
one converting religion in the United States.
It's like the number one growing religion. So
wait, isn't it after Christ?
What?
Isn't it after Christ?
This guy wouldn't show his face on camera, and this conversation kept going for a few minutes, and he demanded that we deleted the footage of the interviews that we took here on the street. I said no, and he said, you better go, and we're gonna make sure you leave. I've never been in a situation like that while I've been filming, where somebody comes out of nowhere and wants to take the footage. I was watching a video prior to this video, and there is a Somali gang war going on here inside of the apartment complexes, apparently. I think we just went upon a gang, and I didn't know that they were a gang. And right now, he said, you better leave, and we're gonna make sure you get out of here. So right now, there's somebody following from behind, making sure that we get out of this place. Not the most friendly welcome here into this part of Minnesota.
Let's talk about Ilhan Omar's people in Minnesota. So they brought about 80,000 of these Somali Muslims in. They grouped them in one spot, and then they used that to elect her to Congress. That's how she got there. Okay, now, one thing you need to remember, according to the stats, is over 90% of these people have availed themselves of some sort of social service welfare program. Okay, now, the authorities in Minnesota have a huge investigation because these people have come up with all kind of different scams. Scams saying they're going to feed children, scams for housing, scams for fake marriages, fake divorces, you name it. They came here and they started scamming the system like nobody would believe. And these are her people all grouped together in Minnesota. We're going to talk about Dearborn, Michigan soon, too.
Flashback.
When I was in college, I took a terrorism class, and
is that a such thing?
Yeah, there was.
So there is a lab for that?
There was a class that you.
Do you go to a lab?
No,
you go out a field trip.
We learned the ideology of.
I'm glad you do that.
Al Qaeda, Hezbollah.
He's an expert.
I remember when I was in college, I took a terrorism class, and
is that a such thing?
Yeah, there was.
So there is a lab for that?
There was a class that you.
You've tuned into Stranger Than Fiction News, broadcasting live from the dark side of the planet. See how happy she is when she's describing taking a terrorism class? Oh, yeah, they offered. I was surprised. I took it right away. They're talking about my brothers and sisters and their struggle against imperialism and capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. It only gets better with this girl. It turns out that she married her brother to defraud, immigration and customs enforcement. And who knows if that guy was a terrorist? Listen to this.
Evidence came out in 2016 that she was married to a different man. She admitted that Hersey was actually only her cultural husband, a term she used to describe marriage that took place in her faith tradition only, not legally before the courts. Omar then admitted that she married another individual, Ahmed Noor Saeed Elmi, on February 12, 2009, and later split with Elmi in 2011. But did not formalize her divorce with him until 2017, after being elected to the Minnesota legislature. Omar then claims that she reconciled with Hersey and had one more child with him, filing for legal marriage only in 2018. Omar rejects all claims that Elmi is her brother, but she's not released any documentation or evidence to clarify the matter. Well, the story first appeared in 2016 during her run, when sources within the Somali community in Minnesota began reaching out to local media stating that she had married her brother in an immigration fraud scheme.
All of you motherfuckers want to hang on to this, how he got here, why he got here, blah, blah, blah. Don't none of that shit matter. This whole, Biden let him in, Trump approved it. Hey, listen, I don't give a fuck. What matters is another fucking foreigner has killed another American citizen. You're a racist, you're a bigot, blah, blah, blah. The new one is you're Islamophobic. Bitch, I'm not Islamophobic, I'm Islam intolerant. There's a fucking difference. And this time it happens to be one of our service members. We done with all this shit, I promise you. The Afghan nationals, get them the fuck out. The Somalis, get them the fuck out. All of the illegal migrants got to get the fuck out. And I'm all for cutting off all migration from third world countries. See, they've proven without a shadow of a doubt they do not fucking belong here because they will not get along with us. So no, it's not racism, it's not bigotry, it's not Islamophobia. We are fucking done. We're tired. That shit is over with. And honestly, we don't give a fuck how y'all feel about it. He got to serve justice and all them motherfuckers got to get the fuck out. Y'all keep shielding whoever the fuck y'all want to shield. But I'm going to let y'all know, you bang on the right door in the wrong way for long enough, somebody's going to come answer that motherfucker. Ain't no love, peace, and chicken grease behind this one.
If you want a good laugh today, check this out.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because what just detonated out of Minnesota in the last 24 hours is not a scandal. It is a political earthquake that just swallowed Ilhan Omar's entire message, her district, her credibility whole. Tonight, the quiet whispers are gone, the speculation is over, and the federal confirmation that just came out has sent Washington into full-blown panic mode. For the first time ever, investigators have traced Minnesota welfare dollars, taxpayer money through the very fraud network that's been exploding for months, straight into the hands of Al-Shabaab. This is a foreign terrorist group, a group linked to Al-Qaeda, and the group that the federal prosecutors are now saying has been skimming off the top of Somali remittance pipelines that run straight into Ilhan Omar's backyard. And when President Donald J. Trump got this briefing, he didn't hesitate, he didn't stall, and he sure as hell didn't ask for permission. He dropped the TPS hammer on nearly 1,000 Somalis in Minnesota, effective immediately. And the political shockwave has Ilhan Omar doing something we almost never see, melting down in public, because this isn't just fraud anymore. This isn't mismanagement. This is terror financing. This is national security. This is Omar's district that's tied to one of the largest welfare scandals in American history, and the walls are closing in fast. And so when you hear her reaction, when you hear what she said today, you're going to understand exactly why her entire base is in free fall. Now, folks, the scale of this disaster is almost impossible to wrap your head around. Federal prosecutors are saying that the Feeding Our Future operation has now ballooned to 78 criminal indictments, and the total haul, money meant to feed American children, has blown past $250 million. And the deeper the investigations dig, the uglier it gets, because this wasn't one organization or one mastermind or one misunderstanding. This was a coordinated network across Minnesota's Somali community, siphoning taxpayer dollars at a level that was never seen before in American welfare history. And just when you thought that it couldn't get any worse, it did. Federal counterterrorism officials are now confirming that a portion of these stolen welfare dollars, this is money taken from American families, by the way, was traced through Somali remittance channels straight into territories that are controlled by Al-Shabaab, the Al-Qaeda-linked terror group. This happened through the old Hawal system where money moves informally through across borders, and Al-Shabaab taxes every transaction, meaning Minnesota's welfare fraud wasn't just corruption, it was a revenue stream for an active jihadist organization. Now, moments like this kind of remind us how many systems that we rely on every single day.
we are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as the fabric of this nation.
Why is Ilhan Omar, a U.S. Congresswoman, walking around Pakistan with Imran Khan, also known as Taliban Khan, like it's her second home? At the same time, President Trump is calling for deporting immigrants who hate America, including people like her. Even people in Homeland Security are saying, hey, there's justifiable evidence that she may have married her own brother just to come here to the United States. Do you understand yet the significance of this? A member of Congress smiling shoulder to shoulder with Taliban Khan, a guy whose career revolved around destabilizing U.S. interests in the region. As Trump is publicly saying that we have every right to remove any immigrant who disrespects our country and spits on our American values. Okay? So ask yourself this. Why is it that Ilhan Omar is so cozy in Pakistan, maybe more cozy than she is in Minnesota? Why does she seem so favorable with Pakistan and she gives us hate here in America? Why does she show more loyalty to this foreign leader than to the people who actually pay her salary in her district? This is my point. If you have a U.S. lawmaker, like a political tourist in a country whose intelligence agencies, even American generals, call unreliable. And you also have the fact that immigration analysts and former DHS officials have said that her family documents never added up. Not proven, not disproven, just never investigated. So if any other immigrant had those red flags, their case would be reopened yesterday. But Ilhan Omar sits in Congress, votes on our laws, and lectures us about morality. Trump is right. We cannot keep these people in power who hate this country. Thank you, Trump. We cannot keep politicians whose loyalty looks foreign, and that includes Qatar first, China first, Israel first, whose alliances look suspicious, and whose immigration paperwork still has unanswered questions. If you are not America first, you should get deported. This is America. This is not Pakistan. This is not a global playground for all these haters to come who despise our nation that welcome them. So here's the question I ask all of my fellow Americans. If Ilhan Omar loves Pakistan so much, why is she writing laws for us here in the United States? And if she doesn't love America, Trump already gave you the answer.
So not only are we not going anywhere,
A few moments later.
Trump just terminated deportation protections, and this could affect a lot of people.
President Donald Trump says he is taking action to end legal immigration status for some Somalis in Minnesota, effective immediately. A post on Truth Social says Minnesota, under Governor Walz, is a hub of fraudulent money laundering activity.
We know what our president has done. It is an attack on our community.
A massive fraud scheme uncovered in Minnesota found money intended for social services
Are you kidding
has been
me?
allegedly siphoned indirectly into the pockets of the Somali terrorist group Al-Shabaab.
This is wild.
Somali immigrants in Minnesota have reportedly been abusing systems meant to help the most unfortunate among us, including the latest federally funded autism services. The autism fraud scheme reportedly amassed $14 million through Medicare claims for services that were never provided, involving kids who never had autism. And the Somali immigrants behind this web of schemes have allegedly stolen billions from taxpayers, much of the money going back to the Somali government, where it would then end up in the hands of terrorists.
Trump took to social media Friday night, claiming that Somali gangs are terrorizing the people of that great state.
99.99% of the Somali community are hardworking. They're good neighbors. We're trying our best.
Somali community.
I'm sure he's right, but it sounds like we got some real crime here.
From the country's current affordability crisis.
Investigators say once that cash arrived in Somalia, Al-Shabaab took a cut, whether the sender intended that or not. Minnesota is home to one of the country's largest Somali communities. Former state fraud investigator Keish Magan, himself a Somali American, wrote last year that it's uncomfortable and true that nearly all defendants in these major fraud cases come from that community. The U.S. Attorney's Office has charged dozens of defendants across multiple schemes, including housing aid fraud, pandemic child nutrition fraud, and false billing for autism therapy.
So it wasn't just
in
medical.
total, Prosecutors say these schemes have cost Minnesota taxpayers billions of dollars.
Still, there are people that have legitimately could use those resources that are not getting those resources.
Right, housing.
It's past criminal.
Critics claim Minnesota leaders have tiptoed around the issue, fearing a backlash from the state's powerful Somali American voting bloc.
Stop it right there.
Pat, so you mean that's what it sounds like? Sounds like people want to stay in power at all costs.
And if you notice, Pat, Tim Walz and Ilhan Omar kind of quiet last week.
Yeah, it's their turf.
We talked about all the fraud. It's allegedly been carried out by members of the Somali community. Okay, hundreds of millions of dollars were stolen. This is the story we did last week. Sent back to Somalia.
They sent it out of the country.
Ended up in the hands of Al-Shabaab, a terrorist organization. That's why they're all crickets. Okay. One source even said bigger. He said that the biggest funder of Al-Shabaab is the Minnesota taxpayer.
You gotta be kidding me.
Just this week, the 77th person in Minnesota was arrested in a $250 million fraud case against most of them are Somali.
So they're arresting
immigrants.
people.
Trump, like you said, is ending the deportation status.
What is the evidence?
Yeah, what is the evidence?
All of this money that was taken and the billions upon billions of increased funding in Minnesota for social services ended up in Somalia.
Well, billions of dollars of government welfare money is missing in the state of Minnesota.
How do we define missing?
Well, the fraud is so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has come out and indicated that they believe their entire government programs, where the fraudulent claims outstrip the legitimate ones.
Wow, so the claims are fake.
Cases where indictments have come down.
Oh, they're indicting people.
Guilty pleas are already in to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars that were fraudulently obtained, filing false claims.
Fake paperwork.
Alongside doctored paperwork. And the indictments are continuing to come. And the U.S. Attorney's Office has made very clear that this is a network of fraud schemes stacked upon fraud schemes, and that while the true dollar figure in terms of stolen funds at this point isn't quite clear, it's safe to say that we're talking about billions of dollars.
We are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
First and foremost, Little Miss Brusband. I don't feel American. I am American, so no one can make me feel less than or less like something that I already am, because I was born that. And the real problem stems from the fact that you believe that you are the fabric of this nation. By the way, that metaphor refers to people that share fundamental structures, values, beliefs, you know, culture and all this stuff. Didn't you come from Somalia, where the country's major fabric is Islam, what holds that nation together? And in Islam, you either convert or die. That's their belief system, correct? Or you force them to believe what you believe. Didn't Minnesota change their flag for you? See, if you were the fabric of this nation, as you're espousing, you wouldn't have come to change the area you're in. You would assimilate and join in and share your culture and share your beliefs without forcing it on anybody, because no means no. But you guys don't believe in that. If I don't believe what you believe, you say I should die. So please miss me with that, Little Miss Brusband.
Mohammed has once again topped the list of baby boy names in England and Wales, the second year running at the #1 spot. The name was most popular in 4 out of 9 English regions, according to new figures from the Office for National Statistics.
What?
You the third person that don't speak English in Walmart. Who can help me that actually speaks English? He speak what? You said amigo. He speak Spanish too?
Yes.
No, I need English.
Not speak English.
I need English. So you work here. Can you go get me someone that speaks English?
Not speak English.
I know that. But go get somebody that speaks English. You still have to assist the customer. Go get somebody that speaks English. Come on. Come on. Let's go get English. English. Vámonos. English. Vámonos. I know it. Look, she work here. I need English. You the third person that don't speak English. I need English. Who speak English? Huh? Oh my God. No, for real, ma'am. You the third person I done stopped for help that don't speak English. Can you go get somebody that speak English?
No.
Who else speak? No. I don't think she said no because she don't understand what I'm saying. Where he at? How you say big? I was gonna say how you say black in Spanish. She's still the Negro people.
No, for real. Like, and she think it's funny.
Oh wait, how you doing? Do you speak English? Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Excuse me, how you doing? Do you speak English?
No, mami, pero
oh
de guau.
my Lord.
Pero dice.
You the fifth person that speaks Spanish. I'm trying to find a junk charm. No, you're okay. I'm just appalled.
No problem, mommy. No problem. Please, no problem.
Walmart, y'all got me, my ancestors, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything. Y'all got everything because listen, I had to help myself in here. You see, I done went to 4 different people and nobody speak English to help me. That's a problem, Walmart. And then y'all talking about shipping all these people. You got them all in there, not able to help no damn body. So you lie. Everybody lie. Girl, this is all a hoax. That's what it is. All them damn Espanols up in there. And I'm sorry. So they can't even point me to the direction for the help. Walmart, do better.
Deport, send them all back, strip them of their visas, denaturalize, send them back. Stop letting people into this country that hates America. Just enough already. President Trump, we need you to start taking this very seriously. We know that you're doing your best with the deportation and everything, but something's got to give. You're going to have to really crack down on the radical Muslims and the Muslim Brotherhood. We need you to start really, really taking this seriously and protecting the American people. Deport, denaturalize. With these protests happening in New York City, I have some concerns about the safety of all New Yorkers, especially the Jewish community, because this guy's swearing in is around the corner. And let me tell you something. You have the radical Muslims ready to gear up to start their mess, and I don't see this ending well. And you got Muslims coming in from other states to see this guy swearing in. And I'm talking about the radical Muslims, and we do have Muslim Brotherhood in New York City, particularly in Queens and Brooklyn and parts of the Bronx. President Trump, you need to send in the big guys because NYPD, I don't think can manage this alone. Deport, denaturalize, and stop letting, you're going to have to vet people that want to come into this country to make sure that they are in support of America and not against America. Stop letting foreign citizens run for public office. No foreign citizen should hold no type of government position. None. Enough is enough already. We have to start protecting Americans. Thank you.
The SAVE Act needs our full attention. The SAVE Act is the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. It passed the U.S. House of Representatives with a 220 to 208 vote. 220 Republicans said that we need to make sure that our elections are safe, that only citizens of America are voting in our elections. 208 Democrats did not think that this was something that should be done. Why would someone ever think that a non-citizen should vote in a U.S. election? What other country can we go to and vote in their election as a non-citizen? What first world country can you do that in? I need for you guys to understand the attack on the republic that is currently at hand. So what does this bill, this act do? It requires documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. It's such as a birth certificate or passport to register to vote in federal elections. It directs states to remove non-citizens from voter rolls because states like Illinois, I'm pretty sure they got quite a few non-citizens on the voter rolls. These people need to be removed, and only citizens of the U.S. need to be voting in our elections and impacting our futures. It encourages cross-checking federal databases to confirm citizenship status. This will decrease fraud, and it also prevents federal funds from going to states that don't comply with the law. Illinois will be in direct opposition of a law like this because they don't even want you to, they don't care if you're a citizen. They don't even care if you have an ID. They will let anybody vote in an Illinois election, and you can mail in the ballot. You could be dead for all they care. Supporters of this believe that it will prevent voter fraud. I agree. And we also argue that it would allow for U.S. citizens to be the main people, the only people impacting federal elections. And it is a common sense safeguard. It makes sense. So this is why you see the Democrats are opposing it, because anything that makes sense, citizens voting in federal elections, they said no. Only 4 Democrats voted for this. There was only 4 Democrats who had some sense. Jonathan Jackson, my opponent for District 1 here in Illinois, was not one of them. Jasmine Crockett was not one of them. Vote for Republicans who understand the integrity and the sanctity of our elections, who uphold the Constitution, and who actually love America, because that's not on trend these days with Democrats. Make sure you go and advocate for the SAVE Act. It passed the House, as I said, thanks to Republicans and 4 Democrats. And it's on its way to the Senate. But we need for it to pass the Senate and to go into effect immediately. Immediately.
This is a national emergency. President Trump, we need to deport every Islamic terrorist in this country. They cannot and will not assimilate to our way of life. You saw the violence these people are capable of in Dearborn, Michigan. And now again, 2 National Guardsmen have been shot in the head at point-blank range by an Afghani illegal immigrant. These jihadis want nothing to do with our way of life. In fact, they have been sent here to destroy, like insidious parasites, everything we know and love. That's why today I'm announcing a huge American Christian march against Islam in Plano, Texas, in the Muslim-only city, Plano, Texas, Epic Mosque. We will see you there December 13th. God bless America. Stand now or forever fall to Islam.
When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly and securely. Don't wait. Decide how it ends.
Crying harder. Crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder. Crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, "Catch!" exclamation point.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the Senate! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.